Hi, and welcome to Karen's Kitchen Easy. Together with our kitchen basics, tips, and tricks, we're going to make you the star of your kitchen. If you enjoy this video, be sure to check out my YouTube channel and look at the link below this video. It will take you to karenskitcheneasy.com where you can find a printable version of today's recipe. And just remember, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But wait, it is easy, and you can do it too. Today's recipe is Rice Krispie Treats, a blast from the past. And I'm sure you remember eating these as a kid, and there's no rule that says you can't eat them as a grown-up. They're delicious and crunchy and oh so easy to make. We're going to have a slight variation, a slight twist on the original recipe, but just calls for one more ingredient. We're actually going to have a double flavored recipe, chocolate and peanut butter. And to do that, we're going to cut our recipe in half and make half at a time. We're going to start with our chocolate layer that's going to go on the bottom. So to do that, we're going to have 2.5 cups of puffed rice cereal or Rice Krispies. And to that, we have 2 cups of miniature marshmallows. Now you can use full-size marshmallows if you like, but you want to snip them up because we want them to melt easily. 2 tablespoons of butter, and that's 2 tablespoons for each side of the recipe. And to that we're going to add 1/2 cup of chocolate morsels. Now the first thing we're going to do is melt all of our meltable ingredients. That means everything but the Rice Krispie Treats. So we're going to put them into a microwavable bowl. Our 2 cups of marshmallows, our 1/2 cup of chocolate bits, and our 2 tablespoons of butter. This is going to go in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes. We want to be careful not to burn the chocolate, so we're going to do this for a very short period of time. So into the microwave for 1.5 minutes, and then we'll take it out and we'll stir it up and we'll put it in again. So 1.5 minutes in the microwave. Now while that's in the microwave, we're actually going to butter a 9x12 pan. Now we want to butter it because we don't want our Rice Krispie Treats to stick. And to do that, we're going to take just a stick of butter or margarine and just rub it around our bowl. And because we want to be sure we get all the way around and in the corners, once we get some of the butter rubbed on, we're actually going to take a folded up paper towel, or you can use your fingers, and be sure you rub it all around. Be sure you get in the corners and up the sides. Because of the marshmallow, this tends to want to stick. So you want to be sure you get that buttered really well. And when that's done, we will just set it aside until it's time to put our Rice Krispie Treats into it. So then we'll set it aside. Now we take our marshmallows out of the microwave, and you can see they're pretty well melted now. We're going to give it a good stir. And once that's stirred up pretty well, we're going to put it back in the microwave for, about 30 seconds. We want to watch it to be sure the chocolate doesn't melt. But as you can see, we just have a few little marshmallows that need a little encouragement to melt all the way. So we'll put that back in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then it'll be all melted and incorporated. So now we have our Rice Krispie, our 2.5 cups of Rice Krispies, and we have our chocolate sauce all melted and gooey and delicious. Let's give it another stir to make sure everything is well incorporated. Be careful because this bowl is hot, so you might want to use a oven mitt or a pot holder to hang onto the bowl, because we're actually going to pour it over top of our Rice Krispies or puffed rice cereal. So just give that a pour, and it's going to be very sticky. And again, it's going to be hot, so be careful with it. But then once we have it in the bowl, just give it a good stir and be sure all of the Rice Krispies are coated. And you can already smell that wonderful chocolate aroma coming up from there. And if you don't want to use chocolate morsels, you can use Nutella. If you use Nutella, I would cut the butter down by about a half a tablespoonful because there are already oils in the Nutella, but that makes a nice variety also. And again, if you don't want to use the peanut butter chips, which is our other flavor ingredient, you can use regular peanut butter. But again, if you do, you want to cut the butter back by about a half a tablespoonful because there are extra oils in the peanut butter. So once we give this a good stir and it looks like it's doing pretty well, we're going to take our buttered pan and we're going to spread this out on the pan. So just scoop it out of your bowl into your pan and just kind of layer it all over the bottom. And you want to press down a little bit. Spread it out there. There we go. We're going to press down. And then we're going to set that aside because we're going to make the other half of our Rice Krispie treats. We're going to repeat the process. 2 cups of marshmallow bits. This time, a half a cup of peanut butter chips and our 2 tablespoons of butter. Once again, into the microwave for 1.5 minutes. And then we're going to take it back out, give it a good stir. As you can see, you have to be sure you have a big enough bowl because those marshmallows, once they hit the heat, are going to want to puff up like crazy. As I'm sure you remember if you've ever toasted marshmallows over a fire. They puff up like wildfire whenever they're melting and getting all gooey and delicious. So we're going to give this a good stir. And this is becoming a lovely caramel color. And caramel chips are another variation that you can do on a flavor combination. So we're going to give this a stir. As you can see, it's already almost melted. And then back in the microwave for another 30 seconds to be sure everything is melted. So we're coming back out of the microwave now. There we are, all gooey and melted and creamy. And one last stir it gets to be sure everything is smooth. And then once again, we're going to take our 2.5 cups of Rice Krispies or puffed rice cereal, and we're going to pour our peanut butter sauce, peanut butter marshmallow sauce, over top, just like we did with our chocolate layer. So we pour that all over, and then we take our spoon or spatula and stir it until all of the Rice Krispie cereal is coated. And you can see it's already getting sticky and starting to harden up a little bit. So you have to work kind of fast here. But once we have that all stirred together, we're going to take our pan that had the bottom layer, and we're going to put this on top of it. So we have a peanut butter chocolate flavored dessert. And peanut butter and chocolate go so well together. But as I said, you can also use caramel instead. Or for one layer, you can use white chocolate. So there's so many variations. Go to your grocery store and look at all those different those different flavoring pieces that you can get. Now, don't buy dipping chocolate or chocolate coating. You want to get real flavored pieces. Real chocolate, real peanut butter, real caramel, and so on. So we're going to take our pan here that has the chocolate layer in. Let's get the spoon out of there. And then we're going to pour our peanut butter layer on top. And as you can see, it's already starting to harden up here, so you have to work fast. So we're going to get that all out into the pan. And we'll just start pressing it down. Now, at this point, you're probably going to want to use your hands. It's so sticky. And before you use your hands in here, you're going to want to butter them because that's going to keep your hands from sticking to that marshmallow mixture. So butter your hands well. And then as you can see, you can just press it down. And you want to press very firmly because this is what's going to hold your Rice Krispie treats together in the pan. So press down very firmly. Doesn't have to be perfect. And again, if it starts sticking, re-butter your hands. Or if you're using a spoon, you butter your spoon to use that, or your spatula. But get it all pressed down very well. And after that's all completed, we're going to put it in the refrigerator, or you could even just set it on the counter for a while to let it cool off. Now, another variation that you can do on this is you can, before it's actually cool, you can go ahead and cut it into pieces, and you can stick a popsicle stick into it, and you actually have a Rice Krispie popsicle, and those are fun for parties. But in our case, we're just going to let it cool and then cut it into squares. And there we have a wonderful treat for your next party, or your next gathering, or buffet, or even a dinner treat. And there we have it. Our chocolate peanut butter Rice Krispie treats, a blast from the past. And just remember, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But wait, it is easy, and you can do it too. So I'll see you next time on Karen's Kitchen Easy.